picture, what we see is the blue color, which Mesopotamians liked also to include in their work, as we know, seen from the slideshows. But we see the great contrast between the colors to stand out the flowers and the bird. But also it helps us to see that these are the cold colors and these are the warm colors, and then they make a beautiful harmony into this picture. So considering that, we're gonna try to do also with our watercolor pencils by drawing our objects in the warm colors, and our cold background will be cold colors from blue to violet. So first we're gonna take a pencil and we're gonna start thinking of symmetry. As you can see, if you put the pencil, you will see that what is here is the same here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna draw the line, and in the middle of the line I'm gonna draw the flower. So now we're just gonna kind of design the pattern where things will be. So I'm just gonna put the flower in the middle. Then I will imagine that we have some leaves over here, and maybe some leaves over here that they are like dropping down, and maybe I will have maybe we can do birds and butterflies, or you can include if you want. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do a bird over here. So this is where my birds will be, and a butterflies over here, and maybe one flower over here and one flower over here. So when we have a little plan what we're gonna do, we're gonna start creating. And for this is my like a focal point, which is very important for me. So I would like to spend more time on creating this beautiful flower. So when we're thinking about the flower, we need to think about the shapes. And first I'm gonna create like a shape, like it would be oval, but at the end open, and it looks like maybe very close to tulip, but maybe we'll add a bit more, like, you know, some details to this flower. Maybe we'll add the inside, like, you know, some pollen where it grows pollen. Then maybe we'll add a bit of like small leaves around the flower, and maybe some leaves that would fall down, and this could be the stem where it's growing, and maybe they're coming out like a new flowers that will be ready soon. But whatever I'm drawing on one side, I will draw on another side, and then I will draw, maybe just to make it more detailed and more patterns going, we could now work on our leaf, and our leaf could be like with some So now we need to do the same into other side. So if it's hard to balance to make it the same, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna draw the circle. And remember how we were doing the circle, we were measuring, that would be the same. So I see that this one, I went a bit too far. So I'm gonna just rub this line out. And I'm just gonna make closer. So it started to be on the same with the flower. We can measure where our flower finish, and then we're gonna measure where this flower finish, and then I can see that where I need to adjust my line. So with symmetry, we always measuring one side with another. The same over here. I see that that flower went a bit up, then went down. So I'm just gonna put my pencil, and I see that actually this flower needs to be adjusted to this. So when we draw this, maybe I will do the other side, and then again I can just measure, put my pencil down, and I can see that this part starts over here. And again, if I'm not happy with the end of this, I'm just gonna measure where it starts, and it starts over here. So then we are fixing our symmetry. Now we could do like some here wiggly lines that we can use our markers for more. Now over here we said we're gonna have other flowers, and I'm thinking about like using cylinder. As you can see here, I'm gonna do the same over here. And then the leaves will go around the cylinder. And they will go behind this leaf. And then from here, I will do where the pollen will come out. Then over here, I will add another leaf. And this is where my birds are staying. And for the birds, we will do a circles, an oval, and then when we have these shapes, we're gonna go around and make our birds. Then we can rub out our shapes. And then we're gonna do the peak. And we're gonna do our wings. maybe we can do the wing behind. And then remember, we will do lots of patterns, but patterns we're gonna do after we're gonna color in with watercolor pencils. Now we can do like it's sitting, like maybe we need to do the legs. And over here we said we're gonna do butterflies. So again, it's gonna be the circle, and we do in the middle line for us better to measure. Circle, and again we're seeing the same lines, and this is gonna be our butterfly body. And the head and the antennas, and then we're gonna shape our wings. So think about your design, how you want to make your butterflies. So when we are happy with our design, we're gonna start coloring in. We want the warm colors, and we're gonna use as much, all the warm colors. We're gonna take it out. We're gonna start with yellow and orange. So my flower, I'm gonna start with yellow, and I'm gonna color in, and we're gonna start blending in, getting darker and darker at the end. So then I'm gonna take a little like orangey, a yellow, then I'm gonna use a bit of pink, this orangey pink, like peachy color, and I'm kind of blending in. And then I'm gonna use a bit this red rose, and inside there I'm just gonna go around, and then I'm gonna use maybe a bit peachy on top, and just blend in. This red color. Now for the growing up plants, I'm gonna just start with the yellow, then going a bit darker yellow, then orangey yellow, and then this warm red. We can add a bit of that red mixing with the red we did before. Okay, so for the birds, I'm gonna use again, I will use peachy color here for the belly part and part of the face. This for the background, we will use a bit of water and blue color just to help us finish coloring in the background in a way quicker, and it will be smoother. So that way, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go around with the blue. As you can see, I'm not painting everywhere. I'm just going around then maybe for other parts I use a darker blue. And as you can see, I'm not drawing everywhere. I'm just drawing in because then with the water we'll blend in all these colors. So I'm just adding around the edges, and then I'm gonna move it with the water. So over here I'm gonna do purple. So it's gonna be a bit mixture of blue and purple over here. So let's take our water and the brushes for the second part. So by the time we're gonna finish our background, we're gonna wait until it's dry, and then we're gonna work on using marker and adding a bit of like details and patterns around with the marker. So when we finish our dry, all the picture is dry, we're gonna go with our marker and all the details will come the black line gives a contrast even stronger. So all our flowers and drawings got much stronger, more visible. So first we're gonna outline and then we're gonna add a bit more patterns. So what then we can actually add a bit of patterns around our flowers. Making more interesting. So it's up to you what patterns you would like to include. The more lines, the more circly, shapes and other line zigzags and triangles and all other patterns is gonna make a more beautiful picture and to finish. So when you are happy with your picture that is done, this is where we think that we happy with our result.